Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol NVAX. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So all this here may look like several days worth of time. It's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame, and does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Now, there's no doubt about it. This one has gotten beaten down, and I don't say that, to rub salt in the wounds or anything like that, but just to establish overall context about why the current price movement is interesting. And don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of work to be done. But like I said, given that the price has been getting just hammered down further and further and further, now all of a sudden you have kind of a little turnaround of things, and this turnaround is best, shown via this uptrending trend line right here, meaning that over time it hasn't been anything fancy, but the price has now started to, has been able to build some higher bases. And again, just because the price has built some higher bases over the course of a few days does not mean that this is, a guaranteed turnaround and that this thing's going to be up at $3 next week. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's much different than what, the price has been doing, right? And that's why I pointed out that up until the point, the price had just been getting, hammered further and further downwards. So the bulls are showing some signs of strength, and I get it. Signs of strength, what does that even mean? That's just a sound bite. And I agree, but that's why I love charts, because they allow you to take sound bites and actually, assign visual representation to them. And that's what we have here via the trend line. So in other words, if you haven't connected those dots, staying above that orange line is definitely preferable and is definitely the ideal situation, because as long as that's the case, then that implies that the overall drift, the overall trend, whatever word you want to use, is still, progressing in the bullish direction. As far as levels of resistance are concerned, in the very near term, this purple line here is acting as resistance, which is the 50-period simple moving average. So it acted as resistance there early, or I should say late morning, and then during the final 30 minutes right there, the price was struggling with it once again. So keep an eye on that. But in all actuality, in my opinion at least, resistance levels and breaking them, not really that important. The most important thing is just maintaining above this trend line, because as long as the price stays above that trend line, notice what's happening with it. It is increasing. So if the price stays above an increasing line, then that implies that resistance levels themselves will eventually be broken anyways. So focus on healthy consolidations and focus on continuing to creep upwards. And as long as the price is above that trend line, then that's a good sign for the bulls. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.